Okay. So we worked on last week. We worked on Ansible here, and it's a totally new project for you guys. So all we did was we have the Ansible master, and we installed it on one host, and then we could control it from one host to many hosts. Okay, the key is it's using the SSH. Once you have the key exchange, that's it. It will connect as if you're connecting locally. Okay, so doesn't matter if you connect to 5 hosts, 10 hosts, or thousands of hosts simultaneously, it will do the job. Okay, so uh-oh. Now it is. So it's connecting to all of them. Okay.
Because Zafar, while we are making changes, can you stop the recording so that restart it once you're done?
Yeah, I'm almost done here. Scripting and storage. Okay, so far we've been running the commands from here, right? From the command line. It's called ad hoc commands. All these commands are called ad hoc commands. So you could use this as a so we install this yum module inventory, and then so ad hoc commands. So far you've been running ad hoc commands. Okay. So what you have in Ansible is you have built-in script. You could create a built-in script. You can create a script for Ansible. Okay. And it's called playbook. Okay. Ansible playbook. Ansible playbook. What does playbook have? It has a Ansible defined script in it, then it will run it for you, okay? So we'll take a look how it works. And a playbook is written in Ansible playbook. Ansible playbook is written in YAML. YAML language, okay? So let's take a look here, YAML language. If you put in Google, we'll find out. You hit enter. Okay, so YAML is a human readable data serialized language. It is commonly used for configuration of files. YAML targets many same communication applications. But it has a minimal syntax which intentionally differs from SGIN. Okay, so give me 1 second here. What is YAML? Okay, YAML uses okay. Yeah, this is what the YAML stands for. YAML ain't a markup language. Okay, that's what it stands for. Okay, so let me copy this and put it in here. Alright, so don't worry about it, what it means here, but just remember it's written in YAML. So we'll take a look how it is written here. So, playbook example. Okay, a remote user can be also be defined per task. Okay, so this is how the YAML language is written here, okay? It starts with 3 dots. You must have these three hyphens here. Okay, and then you start with hyphen, then host, and then the web servers, okay? These are the web servers. Remember up here, you said you gave a web server or DB host, so it will read one of those files here, and then it will work on those web servers here. And then the remote user is root, and the task is the thing that you'll work on it, or what is the task is defined here. Okay, so let me get a YAML file, then we'll see how that is working here. Okay, so we'll get one YAML file to create our favorite LVMs. Using LVM module. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put it in Google. Where is Google? Okay, configure LVM logical volumes, okay? So don't be surprised like you go into a job and you have somebody working there for years and he's also Googling here. You don't have to be shy of going in and Googling and finding things out because, I mean, that's how the things work. Okay, so create name. Okay. So let me copy this and Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clear this and I'm going to say I'm going to create a file name lvm.yaml. Okay. I'm going to go vi lvm config dot yaml. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give 3 dots, 3 hyphens. Okay, and okay, so I start from here. So I do another hyphen. Okay, and then I type host, hosts. Okay, host is a module. Okay, so in here we have two things in here, right? Web servers and DB host, right? Inner inventory. So I'm gonna just say web servers, web server. Okay, and and intro to Play remote user equals remote. Okay, so I'm gonna type here remote underscore user, and this is root. If it's going to be a different user, then you put a different username in there, okay? And then what you have to do is you have to define the task. Task means this is where you're going to be working. Okay, so it starts with name. You have to give the name here. So in the name, what I'm going to give is create a volume group on. Now this is getting interesting here. So you have to in the environment, everything will be cloned, meaning all the hosts will be lookalike. They all look alike. Actually, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna shut all this down here, okay, and then I'm gonna attach the drive to that. All this should go down.
I'm sorry, Brother Zafar, I'm sorry, I'm asking. What did I miss here? You shut it down, all of them, with the command?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to follow our, what we have created LVM, right, in the class. We're going to follow this structure and then have all this LVM drive, put those commands in the LVM here, okay?
Well, we already created a script. Can't we use from there?
That's a script. I'm teaching you something different here. I'm speaking you. That is a batch script. Okay, you could use that too, but you have to use the Ansible playbook. I'm showing you the Ansible script.
Makes sense. Thank you very much.
So we're gonna add 16 GB, 8 GB, and 24 GB. Okay, let's do that. So first for this one here, I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna add create next. First one is 16 GB, create, and then what I'm going to do is create another one, next, 8 GB, create, next, and what was it? 24 GB, right? Yeah, 24 GB. Okay, create. And then I'm going to assign this. I'm going to assign, can I assign all of them at the same time? So I assign 1, and I assign 2, and I'm going to assign 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Alright, good. I'm going to go in here, Apache, and then I'm going to do the same thing. So create, next. First one is 16 GB, right? 16 GB, right? Yeah. Create, next, 8 GB. Create, next. You're not confused here, right? I'm just adding all these things, but I'm going to run the script. It's going to create LVM for that. Using the playbook.
Like it was not too complicated already for me, at least.
It's not complicated, man. It's not complicated. I mean, right now, what am I doing now? I'm just adding the drives now. So don't get confused. I'm adding, if you could add one drive to this one system, you're adding to all of them. Okay, great. So it goes in the order. And okay, anyway. Okay, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go into storage. This one already has 1, 2, 3 in there. Okay. And then let's go in here. Storage, add, create, next, 16 GB, create,
Brother Zafar, 5 seconds, please.
8. Yeah, go ahead.
That means when if you're using this playbook to create the partitions, the LVMs, all the drives should match with the letters also. If all of them should have a B, all of them should have a C, all of them should have a H, not the different kind of drives.
Not necessarily. I mean, you have to have in the back of your mind what is happening. Okay? In LVM case, it shouldn't be a big deal, okay? Because LVM is all grouped together. Okay? Once you...
But to create the PV creates, we need to know what drives to add, right? After that, doesn't matter, but before that, to create a PV create, we need to give the drive letters.
Very good. Very good question and very good point. You need to know how all these things are working. And yes, you need to know the PV create and all those, how they are working together. Yeah, this one is 16 GB already. Okay, so I'm going to create here. Next. This is 8. Create. Next. This is 24. Okay, so, and hopefully, I know a couple of them are messed up already, but hopefully when we put it all together as one drive, it shouldn't matter. Okay, so,
One more question, Brother Zafar.
yeah.
When we ping all, that means go to the host file, ping all the servers. If those host file has a groups, just like we have a DB servers and web servers, it will still go to all the servers, or it will go to a specific portion.
Only the portion.
But when you say all,
It goes to
which
all.
one it will do the all?
Yeah, it goes into the all default config file, which is
Host file.
EDC Ansible host. Yeah. So it goes in here and reads all the files in there.
So if there are groups, if you make the web servers, database servers, those things, it will still go to all of them.
It will still go to all of them when you say all. When you say web server, then that is going to go to web server.
Thank you.
Like here, I said web server here, right? So in this situation, it's all. But if I do all here, so it's going to go to all of them now. It went to all of them. So it goes four forks together, 5 forks together by default. And it's probably going to the 6th one here. So if you want to do all edits simultaneously, 5 forks, we have 6 hosts, right? So it's going to go to 6 hosts all together simultaneously. But the default is 5. See, it didn't waited for 5 to complete and then it tried to do for the 6th one, okay? I think I already explained that to you, did I?
Yes, you did, sir.
Yeah, if you said yes, then I probably did. Okay, so create a volume group on dev/sd dev/sdb dev/sdc dev/sdg. Okay, and then in here I'm going to use LV logical volume. Okay, so here it says, I'm just following this example here, okay? So the more you practice, the better you get here. The module is L logical volume. The short is LVL. LVOL. Okay, and then I'm going to come here and give the name. Okay, so look at here. You have to follow the same amount of spaces here, okay? And then I'm going to say volume group and then colon. I'm going to do ZMPT1. Okay, this is what we had done here, right? Volume group. VG stands for volume group. Create, VG create. See, instead of VG create, Ansible has built in VG. And then this is what we're going to give here. Okay, volume group GMPT1. Okay, and then what we're going to do is, we're going to do PVS, and we're going to give here dev/sdb, and then comma, right? dev/sdc, comma, dev/dev sdb. Hopefully these are all the same in all of them. This is what I picked up here. Okay, so right now I'm creating a volume group, and I'm creating the PVS out of that volume group. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is let me save this. What is this going to give it to me? I'm just checking. All of them have SDC, B, and all that. Oh, one of them is already have, so we have to go in there and destroy it. Okay, this one is B, C, D. So this one is good. 113 is good. And
Dr. Zafar, please run the same command again and grab it. That's the B. That will tell you numbers.
yeah, no, I mean, looks like all of them has it, but this one has an existing group on it. So I have to go in there and destroy it. So I'm looking at SDB. Okay, good. 134. BCD 107. BCD 131. And this one has some installed 133. I think I fooled around with this here. ER, yeah, 127. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so what is the command I'm going to do here? What is the command to delete the logical volumes here? Delete. We remove. Yeah, this one didn't work for last time, right? We were having some issues. PV reduce. Yeah, I don't want to do this here. Let's do our good old command check. Okay, so create and mount, delete. Let's try to run this command here ourselves. So pv remove dev sbt. SDB.
This will try to remove from all of them.
Yeah, it's okay. We are trying to remove it from 134, 133, 127. Oh man, I have to unmount those and all that, right? How am I going to do this? Let's not worry about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these three, 134, 33, and 27. So it's going to be the same thing, right? If I etc and so and host. So what I'm going to do is which one is this? So 133, 134, and 127. So for the demo purposes, if it's going to run on three of them, it's going to run on all of them, right? Would you agree?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so let's see here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. B, C, D, B, C, D. 113, B, C, D. Okay? Good. Alright, so let's go back to creating the Ansible playbook. Okay, so what this is doing here is it's creating the moment you say volume group is ZMPT1, okay, and then PVS is going to say BCD. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy this line. So I'm going to change the name here. You have to have this started with name. Create logical volume. Okay. Logical volume on ZMPT1. And the L volume is using LVM, logical volume. Okay. And in that, what we're going to use is here. I'm going to follow this here. So I'm going to follow this pattern here, okay? So logical volume, and then I'm telling you use volume group ZMPT1, okay? And logical name accounting, HR, finance, recruiting. Logical volume, accounting. Okay, and then the second one here, it says is size. Third one. If you look on the left side, I'm following what it says here. And the size is 512 MB, so I'm going to say 4 GB. So, okay, so it's a small g, so you have to notice all that. Okay, so now everything is repeating here after here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say 4YY, and I'm going to say P, I'm going to say P, paste it, and then I'm going to say P. So now what I want was, I created the accounting. The second one was HR, right? Yeah. HR. And third one was finance. Okay. And then the fourth one was recruiting. Okay, so far we did this here. Right now what we need to do is we need to mount. How are we going to mount this? In research, shrink, price, previous, active. Okay, yeah, this is nice one. So name create a volume group.
Because Zafar, on the left hand example, they have the name with everything. We don't have a name with everyone.
Yeah, but we have it in here, right? And then underneath the name, we are running all this.
Okay, brother.
Test. You know what? Hold on. Let's follow this one. This one looks much better to me. Let's follow this guide. User host task. It's giving a lot more spaces here. I don't know why. So let's follow this. Task. And it's doing LVG. So I have to use LVG here. LVG. Okay. And here, I'm going to give ZMPT. Okay, good. And PDS is this here. PDS, good. And okay, name LVM creation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say accounting. Okay. And a volume group is ZMPT1. Okay. And here I'm going to say accounting. And size is 4G. 4GB. Okay. Now, I'm going to delete all this here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first one was accounting for us. Second one is HR. So once you understand this first one and you have to done a couple more, then it's not going to be too much difficult here. All you have to do is just change around a little bit here. Okay, what am I doing here? First one is difficult, then rest of them are easy, right? Okay, and then here, finance. And here, what is it? Last one is the recruiting, right? Okay. Now, what it's doing here is it's creating a file system here. It's create a file system for what was the first one? Accounting, right? So here GMP1/accounting. So first one is accounting, second one is HR, third one is finance, and fourth one is recruiting. Okay, good. So far, we are good. Okay, and now, mount, state mounted. Okay, so let's see if the mount fund is already created. Create an answerable name and perform it will be considered visual name for partitions of a tab entry. Finally, it will also make an FS tab entry. What else you want? Accounting. So I'm going to delete this and put this here. accounting, put here accounting. State mounted, right? Accounting, HR. So the very first going to be a little bit tough here, but you don't have to do this on thousands of computers. Once you have created this, you could keep running this here. Everybody is with me so far, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. It's not difficult here. In this day of age, you just have to figure it out. That's all it is. So I see name, source. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, I'm going to slowly go up here, and I want you guys to make sure the spellings is correct everywhere. Recruiting, recruiting, recruiting. And I have here for finance, finance, finance. HR, HR, HR. Accounting, accounting. Recruiting, RECRUITING. Finance, HR, accounting, creating and recruiting, recruiting, and HR, ZM, 4GB. Let's make this recruiting 16GB. We have 24, 16, and 8, right? So we have a lot of size here. So, and let's make this 8. Okay. And I'm going to change the file system here to XFS here. Everybody remember XFS, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we left one with the EX4.
Not two with the EXT4, right? Oh man, I'm sleepy. Oh, I have to change it here too. Which one I changed here? So HR and recruiting are finance and recruiting are XFS. HR and accounting are EXT4. So here recruiting is XFS, XFS. EXT4, EXT4, 8 GB, 4 GB. So we should have 4 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB, and 16 GB. So 16 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 4. 32. We have 24 plus 16 plus 8. 48. So we would have minus 16 left. So here he's saying to use the root, just user. So I'm gonna just say user. User task. Alright, so let's cross the fingers.
But Zafar, if another user has the sudo access, do we need to type the sudo username or just the username?
No, just the username, because it will remember sudo access.
No, my question is, if there are ABCD user, he should have the access for the sudo.
Yeah, just type ABCD, that's it.
Okay, now just my suggestion before you run it, do you want to make a copy of these three servers so that it blows up? You don't have to do too much stuff again.
No, it's there.
I'm saying, do we need to make a copy to be safe?
No, don't worry about it. That's how you're gonna learn. So to run this, all you have to do is Ansible. Hyphen playbook. Okay? And then lvm config.yaml. Okay, that's it. What it's gonna do here is it's gonna go and hit the web servers and then it's gonna do its thing here. So let's see.
One more question, brother. If we need to run on a specific portion of the host file, it might be running from all of them, right?
It will be running. This is what it is. I mean, when you are running this here, it's gonna be either you make the groups. Okay? Once you put the groups, everything should be identical. This is a configuration management tool which is run on identical servers, okay? There's something up and down or if there is any changes, it won't run.
No, my question is, in a host file, if you have web server, database server, application server, can we mention what server to run or it will run all of them?
Right now, it's going to run on a web server here. Yeah, you're right. You can mention it too. We'll figure it out. Once we run this, we'll figure it out how that will work. Okay?
Thank you.
Error syntax while reading YAML indicator. Name accounting, LVM creation. So apparently it's looking into name accounting creation. Name, apparently there is a space here.
There was a phase, brother, that I was not able to.
Okay, so by default it's running on web servers here. Okay, so it gathers the fact and it says okay. Okay, look at that. Okay. We didn't get any error messages, and look at this here. Failed 0.
Wow.
Okay, all 14 activity were done and 13 were changed. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is it's matching up here. 14 were there, 13 is there, and 0 failed. So what we're gonna do now is
Run lfblk command.
yeah, you can run this command and it should be all good. Okay, See, it's all about accounting, HR, finance, including.
Now the thing is,
Let's do DFF and H.
just one second, brother, can I ask a question here?
And it should bring that up here. Yeah, go ahead.
On the previous screen, there are some D or C. A D was not done on the. If you scroll up on this window,
Yeah.
so in this one, on the last one, SDD was not used. On the previous one, SDC was not used. If you scroll further up, SDC is not used in this one. Yes.
No, it doesn't matter here. What it's using is, it's using all of them here. But it's the extra 8 GB, whatever it is, it's not putting that in here. See, look at it. It's using here and here also. Okay? That's how the MDM works. It's just showing you all these are a part of a PV group, physical volume. And then if we create some more partitions here, it will end up using that, okay?
Jazakallah, makes sense.
Yeah, it is using actually. But don't worry about that here, but look at this here, it's working. We have created a 4-part volume group, okay? And then it gives including all this information here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do cat FS tab. Okay, you can already see in here, it went in there, it made a FS tab entry, and it made the correct entry, which is the EXT4 or XFS or whatever. Okay, so looking in here, if you look at this here, all these things are predefined for you by Ansible. All these things are predefined. So now that you have one of these examples here, based on this, you could keep Googling and figuring it out how to do the other tasks here. Okay? Over here, let's see here. So this is one module, this is another module here, okay? So, and then within the volume module, what we are using is, volume module has all this here, EG, LV, PES, and all this here in there. Okay, and now what is the other module we need here? Is a mount module and the file system module. Okay, so we use one, file system is 2, LVOL is 3, LVG is 4. So we use 4 modules which are predefined by Ansible that is going to work with the Linux classes. Okay, so what else you could do is
That is a quick question, please.
yeah.
When you try to run first time, there was some errors and you say there's a space. Where was that space kind of thing? So that if you get the error, I can see how did you find it, the space thing.
Yeah, you just have to eyeball it and then the actual ways of the error, right? It's pointed out. Right here it says something named LVM creation. This is where the space offending line appears to be. And it will give you that information there, okay?
So you are missing a space between dash and n name?
No. What I was missing was I think this was extra indented. It's not like this. I have to take a space out.
Okay.
So when you write this here, you have to make sure all of it have those spaces here. Okay?
Jazakallah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down in here. How is the virus finally going on down there? Okay, good. So what we did was we followed what we did here, and we successfully created a LVM Ansible for this here. And let me put this one too. So we Googled this, we followed this pattern, and it worked. Okay, so this is how the YAML starts here. And to run the YAML, all you have to do is run this Ansible. Yeah, we have to run like this Ansible playbook and the YAML name. Okay, all right, so I think this is it for the scripting part and Ansible part here. So I showed you the basics. I didn't show you everything and anything, but I think I showed you pretty good stuff that where you could start and how things work, and you should be able to navigate from here. Okay, so for example, if you want to create any modules that you're using within a Linux environment, there is a preset modules involved here. So if you want to create like thousands of servers, you want to create set up YAM or something, set up like YAM on local server. So what you could do is, for YAM repo. Okay. So here you could do add and remove YAM repo. There's a lot of things in here. So what you could do is you could do name. This part, I would say keep this part as is. Don't change anything in here. So when you go in here, you put this part in here, then start the name here. So over here, it's assuming that you know this part. You have to say web servers, all this, and host, and then you have to run this here, name as repository, and you get YAM repository, name EPL, description, download this.
So Zafar, the web server that we have in the file, that is a section of the host file in our case. Am I right?
Where? Here?
Yeah, here. This web server.
Yes.
This is the file in the host that we put the web server ourselves.
Yes. So if you want to run it on something else like database, then you give it name in the component.
But if we have not partitioned anything, we have all of them, then what goes here?
Good business practice is to do like this.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Yeah. You basically copy and paste this and run it. Add multiple repositories into the same file. Let's see what else we could do. Yeah, this will be much fun in your link bounding. So you go and research and put it in and run it on one set of test boxes. And after that, you run it a couple times, you work with the team, and then they'll tell you, okay, yeah. So that's a good way to do it, and you do that, okay? There's this duplicate FSCK. Local RPM Apache. Okay, let's try doing this here. Ansible playbook for Apache. Okay, right here. Look at this. This is very easy. Let's do this here for us. I'm gonna go in here. So for Apache, when you put in like a IP address in the browser, it will work for you, right? VIETC host, VIETC host, and Ansible host. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this, delete this, delete this. Uh-oh. You have to give .yml, okay, or else it won't work. Okay, so it says here host.
You have to give what, brother?
.yml.
Okay. Okay.
And then you have to give user root. Okay, and in the task, so you have to match this, okay? You have to match the spaces. The task, okay, yeah, it looks good then. Name, install HTTPD. So, and then yum HTTPD state latest. So what it's going to do is going to go on and install yum if it has internet access, and then come back and hopefully it should work for us. So what I'm going to do here is in here I'm going to put this IP here, this IP here, and then I'm going to go do 3. Right? Which one is this one? 33. And I'm going to do 27. So it's not running here, right? So what I'm going to do is Ansible playbook, and then I'm going to say Apache.yum. Let's see if it's going to work. Okay, so there is a host web server. So let me see, web is server. The spelling is correct. First check that, okay? Then, yeah, you have to give a space here. I think we have to follow this here. So users, task, And then in here, okay, there is no hyphen name here. So we picked it. Okay, I'm not worried about it. Let's follow this pattern here. So what we have to do is, we have to give, okay, this is matching, right? You all agree? Okay, good. Once it's successful, all this should, we should be able to refresh here, and then the web, Apache web page should display here. Okay, first one is successful, I think. So let's try to go to, and okay. So one other thing you have to realize is the risk factor, okay? So something like this, anything which is going to shut the computer down or block, the production servers or database servers, you have to realize what is actually happening and what is the risk factor when you're running this. Okay, so if you're running like a ping command, there is no risk factor, right? You all agree with me? But if you are going to make any big change, okay, like LVM or something, or fooling around with the network configuration file, you have to, work with your team and then determine the risk factor and work under change management. Usually you work all those under change management. Okay, so 113 is a problem. 113 failed. I should expect 113 failed because it didn't have more than one. It didn't have the internet access, I think. But the 133 passed, so if we do refresh here, we should see the Apache host pass here. Let's refresh all these. Or maybe we didn't. Do we have to enter the state? You know what? I think I forgot to. State latest and yeah, I should bring this up, right? Uh, what you have to do is you have to turn the firewall off. So you can run this from here, right? Okay. What is the command? For systemctl and firewall D. Let's just stop here. Okay. There you go. Okay. So how do I know this is? Because I have went through this Linux training here. Okay. If you followed all my Linux training from the beginning up until now, you should be able to figure this out. So the important thing is you will be getting paid for your Linux skills. That's where it comes in. So you have to figure it out. Okay, wait a minute, what is going on here? I ran this up here and everything. So what you could do is you could put that into the Ansible playbook also. You could put it in here and assume the firewall. What you could do is right there. So when you do this here, you put it in the end here. Status enable entity table. This is the status table. That's it. And run it as a part of a Ansible playbook. Okay, whatever. I mean, I showed you enough here, so you should be able to figure things out. So you don't need it. And I guess you could, okay, state latest update. So you have to do state latest. Okay, yeah, this should be good enough for you. Okay, try it out and let me know. This is how you run it. Okay. All right. So let's see here. We have so we have 3 more classes here. Tomorrow I'm going to start some AWS. So what you guys could do is go on to like AWS, and they will give you a free 1 year. So they will give you free 1 year account. Okay. So there are so many services which is available. It's going to be free. Okay, so the EC2, I will explain you now. You have 750 hours, 5 GB, 750 hours. So we're not going to do all this here. So we're going to do is the EC2 here and fool around in a little bit. So what you could do is you could go on to this website here and create a free account. Okay, and it will ask you for the credit card. And you have to put in the credit card for you to be able to use the free account here, okay? And I'll show you once you have used the free time, how to shut it down and all that. But if you didn't do that and then you get charged at the end of the month, I'm not responsible for any of those. So you have to be a little bit careful how you're going to use these things in here. Okay?
On the middle of the page it says 12 months free.
Yeah, stuff is free, right? But at the same time there is a cap. 750 hours free. Machine is going to, if this, we're going to create a Linux machine inside AWS, and if it's running for a whole month without stopping, then anything more than 750 hours, then it will, so let's do some math here. So 750. So let's do 750 divided by 30 divided by 24. No. So we have 24 hours in a day times 30. So it's coming around to 720 hours. Plus if it's a 35 days, so you could have like 31 days and running 24 hours. You won't be charged for one computer. You could be running like whole day. You'll be running a whole year, but 750 hours per month, right? Yeah, it says per month here. So you could create one machine in there and keep it running for a whole year. You're not going to get charged. But you have to use your discretion here. The size, S3 size is only 4 GB. And this is going to be 750 hours per month. 12 months free. So go into AWS.com and create a free account, or you could wait until I show you what we're doing here, and then when you're ready to practice, you could create an account then.
I think the second option is better, but we'll do it after we saw what you're doing and when we need it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my personal self. I still need to go a lot of hands-on from my previous staff.
Yeah. So you guys are practicing or no? I mean, I haven't had a request for that.
If we practice, we start using the free conference call, brother.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, that's working, brother.
Oh, okay.